Welcome back to the Taranis series playlist. In the last video I showed you how to download a custom sounds pack and also rearrange your sounds, because when we downloaded the Amber sounds pack it gives you all of these soundtracks, but it only uses a handful of them. So I show you how to pick and choose which ones you want to use. I also explained the difference and the different ways of changing sounds, just for example.
Hey JC, welcome back. Active. Stunt mode active.
The startup sound, as well as many others, you can't change through the Taranis. You actually have to change through your computer and using those files. So I'll touch on those again, but if you want a really good explanation, just watch the last video. So anyway, let's go ahead and start with how do we make our own sounds. Well, first thing, you want to go to audacityteam.org and download Audacity here. After you have it downloaded, you want to unzip it or unpack it, and that will give you this. You can click on this colorful icon and that will open it up. Next thing we need to do is get some MP3 files, and there's a few different ways of doing that. The first way I'm going to recommend is using a soundboard. You can just do a Google search for soundboard. There's many different websites. I think soundboard.com, that's one of my personal favorites. You can just click on categories. There's many different categories to choose from, or you can use the search bar. So just for example, let's just click the first one here, which is a Duke Nukem soundboard. And on any of these soundboards, you can click the play button.
I'm gonna kill you old style.
Just to hear what they sound like. Once you find the ones you want, then you can click this to actually download it. Then just download it, put it into a folder where you want it for now. So, and I'm going to show you the other different ways, but first let me show you how to actually set everything up, because you can't just put that MP3 file in your Taranis and it's going to work, because it's not going to work. You actually have to convert the file for the Taranis to actually be able to recognize it. To do that, using Audacity, let's just go to File, Open. Let's just pick one right here. This is actually from the video game Portal, if you've ever played it.
You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld Portal device.
Okay, so now we have our MP3 file here. The next thing is, you can't actually edit this. Say we don't want it that long. Say we want it about this long.
Aperture Science handheld Portal device. Aperture Science.
So at that point, just hit the stop button, grab it here and drag it, then go to edit and cut, and that will actually cut that out. Then do the same thing on the other side. I really don't have that much to cut on this side, but I'll do it anyway just to show you. Cut it again, and now we've shortened it up to the length that we want.
Aperture Science handheld Portal device.
Okay, now we need to convert it to be able to work with the Taranis. Go to Project Rate, and 32,000 is going to be hit or miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You'll know if it doesn't work, if it just doesn't play in the Taranis. 16,000 works pretty much every single time. So, and really you can't hear a difference, so I'm just going to recommend using 16,000. Next, come up here and make sure it's set to waveform and mono. Then go to format, and I will use 16-bit PCM. Now for the rate, I just have it set to 48,000. At that point, we need to export it. So go to File, Export Audio, and choose the folder that you want it to be in, which I've already done here. Now for the file name has to be, I believe it's 8 characters or less, but just to be sure, I'm going to tell you 7. So you will have to abbreviate this. Like I said, 8 characters might work. I can't remember, so I'm just going to do 7. So let's just do, yeah, that's 7 right there. Then save as type. You want to make sure it's set to WAV, 16-bit PCM, and then you can save it. You can skip this and just click OK, and that file is now wherever you placed it. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is text-to-speech programs. Once again, you can just do a Google search for text-to-speech. There's many different websites. I personally like ivona.com because it sounds the most realistic to me.
Hello there, my name is Sally. I am one of the Ivona voices. I will read any...
But anyway, you can just type in anything you want.
Project Blue Falcon has no idea what he is doing.
Sounds realistic to me. I'd believe it. Now let's go back to Audacity. First, you want to make sure that you have these set up. So I'm just going to leave that there. Because I have a microphone plugged in to record this video, it's going to be two different options, but I don't want the microphone right now, so I'll just leave that. Make sure it's on mono, and I'll leave it set to that. Now just hit the record button, and make sure you have your volume. Actually messed that up. What I was saying is make sure you have your volume all the way up. Now record. And play.
Project Blue Falcon has no idea what he is doing.
Come back here and hit stop. Now I just need to trim it up. Okay, now I'm going to bring the volume back down.
Project Blue Falcon has no idea what he is doing.
And there you go. At that point, once again, you would just set everything up like I showed you before, and then export it just like I showed you before. And there is your other file. The other thing you can do is actually take this and set it to a microphone, and you can hang on. You can actually record your own voice, and you can just say whatever you want. Acro mode. If you get that message where it won't play, all you have to do is just make sure you have it set up beforehand, and now it's going to play. Acro mode. Acro mode. And then just export it like I showed you before. So now you have all of your files. It's time to put it in the Taranis. I'm just going to touch on this because I explained everything in the last video, but basically go into your bootloader, plug in a USB cable. Here's just one of the files that I made, so I'm just going to copy it. Go into your memory card and sounds EN folder. I will paste it. Once again, I'll quickly explain this. For your switches and stuff like that, those custom sounds you can change through the Taranis itself, as long as you have the file inside of this EN folder. But if you want to change your startup sound, RSSI warnings, or any other type of warning, you have to go into the system folder, and then like I was explaining in the last video, you can click on all these to hear what they actually do.
Receiver battery critical. Telemetry recovered.
And if you want to change something like that, like let's just say the startup sound, which is ta-da.
Hey JC, welcome back.
Then I will delete this, paste it again inside of this folder, and then you have to name it exactly like that file was named. That one was ta-da, so I will just type in ta-da exactly how it was spelled, press enter, and that's it. You're now done. So we can close that out, disconnect the cable, power it off. Now once we power it back on, we should have all of our sounds.
Aperture Science handheld portal device.
Active. Stunt mode active.
And that is basically it, guys. So stick around. In the next video I will actually go more in depth on how to set up sounds for switches and alarms. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.